Howdy do, buckaroos. Welcome back to the channel. Another beautiful 80-degree day here in Colorado, and I'm going to bring a little bit different content to you guys this week. Well, in these next few videos or so. You know I'm 6'5" till I die, and IDI to the front and all that stuff, but I have one that's real close to my soul. And it's Flair here. My daily, my 05 Duramax. It's got 378,000 miles on the original untouched engine. Runs like a top. Runs low 13s, high 12s in the quarter mile. Does whatever I need it to. And it's never left me stranded. But it needs some love. It's, like I said, damn near 380,000 miles. It's got a built tranny already and things like that, because I blew up stock tranny, of course. But this is going to be a project here in the next month or two on the channel, is getting the daily back going. I'm going to get it inside, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what happened and why I ended up parking it. But the whole presence of today's video is we're going to pull the motor out. Now, the motor does run. I'll show you guys that. It doesn't run perfect, but it does still run. But I figured the easiest way to fix what it's got going on with it, and it's got some leaks on it. Valve covers and rocker boxes are leaking, things like that. So my best plan of action was just yank the whole motor out. We're going to reseal it, clean it up, paint it up nice, fix it up good, and put her back in, because this truck deserves it out of all of them. So I'm going to get these flat tires aired up. I'm going to turn the camera off of that for this, because this pump's pretty noisy. But we're going to get the tires aired up. I'm going to work on getting it started, and we're going to pull it in the shop. Alright guys, so the pump kind of took a crap on me. So I think I got the tires aired up enough to get her in the shop. So first hooking the jump box up, because this thing's been sitting here for a few months. Yeah, the battery's not even reading any voltage on the jump box. So if you're needing a good jump box, I'll flip the camera around, but it's a NoCo Boost Pro 3000 amp. Hopefully it'll start this 7-cylinder Duramax up without an issue. She might be a little cranky. Guess I could have been more prepared and dug the keys out of my pocket first. But coming at you live is what this is. Oh, we got a dash ding. Alright, got the camera flipped around. It's dinging. Let's see if she'll start. I hear the fast running. Fired right up. Even on 7 cylinders. Let's limp her inside real quick. I guess I can check the hood a little bit. Trying to idle her in with the least amount of throttle as possible and the least amount of air in the tires as possible. And she's in. Alright guys, so we got the Duramax here in the shop. Pardon me, it's filthy. It's been sitting out there for months. But I don't know if we're going to be able to see the exact issue. Let me grab a flashlight. So number 4 injector, which is right down here, is no longer bolted inside the cylinder head. What happened was, trying to clip my flashlight onto my hat. So here's an LLY injector, okay? Injector hold down. Hold down bolt. So this goes in here like this, goes down into your cylinder head, that tightens to your head. So what happened is the threads in the head where this bolt goes in failed. So this whole injector blew out because the hold down failed. So it destroyed the threads in the head. So I could do one thing. I could either fix it or like just fix these threads and run it. But what I'm gonna do is pull the motor out, like I said, reseal it. We're gonna do head studs, still on original head bolts and head gaskets. We're gonna stud it, new Mall grade C head gaskets, do the whole works, reseal it, everything. So that's what we're doing today, is I'm just gonna pull it out and we're gonna reseal it, get the heads redone. Probably gonna do a little bit of port work. I also have this 3-inch Y bridge that I've had waiting for this day with the 3-inch charge pipe that goes over the alternator instead of behind it. And this is actually for an LBZ or an LMM, so I need to get LBZ intake runners because these are way bigger. And that's a lot better airflow. Plus it's a good bolt together 2-piece Y bridge instead of this one, which has an old school Duramax trick where it's hose clamped together. I'll show you guys that when we get to it. But just gonna fix a lot of things up on this. I'm gonna make a bracket for my relocated TCM. I had it all zip tied up there all nice, but we're gonna make a bracket for the relocated TCM. Instead of being up here on the fan shroud, it's back there, out of the way, out of the heat. We're just gonna clean it all up, clean the wiring up, clean the whole thing up, paint it up, powder coat it. It's gonna be awesome. So let's get to tearing this motor out.
She's a Palomino. I don't answer to anyone else but the man upstairs. I go wherever he goes. I'm a runner by nature, and man, you can find me over where the wind blows. So don't fall in love, cause I'll break your heart then leave you, yeah, and say I told you so. I don't got the time to explain it. Gotta be somewhere, and I'm chomping at the bit to get to Fort Worth by Friday night. Rider for 8 seconds, win that prize. There's a little dive bar east of town where the outlaws stop to horse around an old stomping ground to spin their load, find true love before hitting that road. Ride, cowboy, ride, cowboy, ride round through the desert plains, steering wheel stars like Jesse James. Ride, cowboy, watch Yellowstone. I see all you city folks thinking that's your country, 'cause you've been drinking and bought some straw hats, put on some boots, hung out in Nashville. What a who. What you need to do is real easy. Trade in that Tesla for a 150 Ford truck. Get off road, finally do some living where the green grass grows. Ride, cowboy, ride, cowboy, ride around the desert plains, spin them tires with a blacktop band. Ride, cowboy, ride, cowboy, roll till the sun comes up, pushing that dirt till the job gets done. I'm a gunslinger, a young gun, baby, I'm the real McCoy. This life ain't easy, but it's all I know, so ride hard, cowboy. Ride, cowboy, ride, cowboy, ride around the desert plains. It's my life, I was born and raised to ride, cowboy, ride, cowboy, rolling till the sun comes up, pushing that dirt till the job gets done. I'm a gunslinger, a young gun, baby, I'm a real McCoy. This life ain't easy, but it's all I know. I'm a gunslinger, a young gun, baby, I'm a real McCoy. Ain't always easy, but it's all I know, so ride hard, cowboy. Ride hard, cowboy. Ride hard, hard 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 cowboy. You got the whole dance floor watching you shake your baby. The way you move, all eyes are on you.
Alright guys, so as you can see, we got her down to just the bare motor. All the fuel lines are unhooked, coolant, wiring, everything. All that's left is motor mount bolts, torque converter bolts. Gotta pull the starter to get torque converter bolts, obviously, but starter, motor mounts, torque converter bolts, bell housing bolts. This thing's out of here. Obviously, I'm gonna pull the hood off, which can be kind of a pain solo, unless you have one of these. I've done this a couple times by myself. You just kind of hook the latch right here with the crane, hold it, undo it, and then you can pick the hood off by yourself. And then I'll get the chain wrapped over this guy, jack the tranny up so it comes up nice and easy. Like I said, bell housing, torque converter, starter, motor mounts. This thing's out of here. So we're right at about hour and a half-ish, hour 45 to where we are right here. And that's from, this thing was a fully complete truck that I drove in. So hour and a half to get to a bare motor. Not that bad all by myself, and actually took a 10-minute phone call in that time too and everything like that. So I feel like we're doing all right. So this part's going to kind of be a pain, but I probably won't film me laying under the truck getting torque converter bolts and stuff like that. But when it comes time to pick the motor out and take the hood off, I will fire the GoPro back up and get you guys that footage. So let me get this starter ripped out and let me get motor mounts, bell housing, things like that, and then I will fire the camera up and we will yank this thing out. Alright guys, so sorry, technical difficulty with the GoPro over there. So I actually didn't record the physical pulling of the engine, but as you can see, she is out. She's a little dirty. Could use a little power washing under here, which it's gonna get, but it is out. So now the fun part is disassembly. We're gonna pull the heads off, see how good those are. If these aren't good enough to be surfaced and redone, then I do have another set. I have a whole complete extra LLY engine in the shed here that I kept out of a parts truck I bought and sold, and we will take the heads off that. Either way, it's going to get fresh heads, studs, gaskets, full reseal, cleaned up. Like I said, the bigger Y bridge. I have a bigger exhaust manifold on this side, which all this stuff is stuff I'm going to show you as it's going on to the engine of why I'm doing the certain parts I'm doing on this. But as you guys seen, even on 7 cylinders, this thing fired right up. Ran fairly smooth for only being on 7. But this thing is a trooper. It's been a trooper, and it's going to continue to be a trooper. 379,000 original miles on the original head bolts, head gaskets, everything on this unit. So we are going to change that soon and clean this old girl up. Bring her into the 2020s, because this engine hasn't really been touched since 2005 when it got put together in the factory. So I know you guys usually come to the channel for the 6.5 content, and that's honestly my favorite content, but I really do have a soft spot for all the Chevy diesels. And this Duramax here, this is the second longest I've ever personally owned a vehicle. I'm pretty well known for keeping one for 9 months to a year or so and trading it off or selling it, sending it on down the road and starting on the next one. But it's going on 5 years of owning this pickup. I bought it with about 320 on it from the original owner. He bought it brand new down in Phoenix, Arizona back in 04. It's an 05 model, so he put all 320 on it, and he had every receipt for every wiper blade and oil change was on this thing. And I bought it, and I've put dang near 60,000 hard miles on this pickup. If you know me, or if you've seen any of the videos, I have videos of this pickup on the channel, drag racing, all that kind of fun stuff. I would race people towing Buck Wild, the 6.5 race truck. I'd have it on a trailer behind this truck and be out racing people down the highway with it. This thing doesn't owe me anything, and I'm more than happy to finally be putting some time and effort and a little bit of money into this thing. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. Some more good Chevy diesel content. It should be pretty fun. Nice, comfy. It's a fully loaded leather truck. Nice sound system with subs, stuff like that. It does, so a little bit about the truck. It does have, so a little bit about the truck. It does have kryptonite tie rods, PPE, straight forged center link, which I'm going to eventually change all this out to the complete kryptonite setup. The wheel bearings, the kryptonite center link, brand new kryptonite tie rods, pitman arm, idle arm, the whole Shimano. But it has the PPE center link kryptonite tie rods. It does have the pitman and idler support kits, which is the plate in the heim joint under the pitman and idler arms. So a pretty well built front end, built trans, fast 165. The torsion bar bolts are pulled all the way out of the front, so it's lowered in the front. And either on the shelf or in my toolbox, I have a set of 3-inch lowering shackles for the rear to reverse level the truck. I'm always racing this thing, and it's easier with the lowered truck, easier on components, especially these Chevy front end components. That way you keep your angles nice and straight. And I do have a 3-year-old daughter, so it's a lot easier to put her in the back seat when this thing isn't all jacked up. So it is a pretty rowdy truck. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of upgrades now, and some of it's going to be for more power, but a lot of it's going to be for dependability, reliability, getting rid of all the daggum leaks this thing has. And I just want to be able to hop in this thing and either go out and race it on a Friday night or be able to take a 5-10 hour road trip in it, which it's never let me down, but I don't want to give it the chance to either. Pretty straight old truck for having dang near 400,000 miles on it. But I also have already paint matched a roll pan for it, which has a hidden hitch provision, which I will be putting on. Already color matched, ready to go. Just need to acquire the hidden hitch and I haven't put that on yet. I've had it sitting up there on the shelf for a while, but this has been my only running pickup with the trailer hitch, so I didn't want to condemn that part yet. So once the dually's running, I will for sure be taking the stock hitch off and putting that on, but hopefully by then I do have a hidden hitch acquired. So this thing will still have a hitch, I'll still be able to tow with it with the roll pan. It'll be getting color matched, and I would like to upgrade to the 15 style square mirrors with the marker lights, but this did come with the slinky mirrors, the kind of angled mirrors right here that extended straight out, but these bigger tow mirrors came on my parts truck and I swapped them over. I'm excited, guys. I can't wait to tear this thing down. I got to get the dually engine off my engine stand, and then I will be putting this on the engine stand, start stripping it down, and we're going to get her down to the short block and see how healthy it is, and we will go from there and get new heads and all that stuff ordered. I think I'm going to take a lot of this, clean it up, powder coat it, and I'm going to color match it to the truck as well, so it should be a really clean setup. So yeah, guys, hopefully you like this, or you're going to like this Duramax content. A little more modern, a little more relatable with a lot of guys, because of course everyone knows Duramax Cummins Power Stroke, and like I said, I'm still diehard 6.5 till I die, but I love this truck to death. It's never let me down, and I've gave it every chance to, so it's nice to just have something with a nice sound system and leather and a full crew cab that I can just throw the kid in and the missus, and we can just take off, or I can go tear it up on the streets on a Saturday night or something. So we're going to get this thing cleaned up, tuned up, and ready to run. And hopefully you guys stick along for the ride and get to see some awesome Duramax content. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. Let me know what you guys think about the Duramax. If you guys are excited to see some different content besides a 6.5, you get to see some LLY Duramax content. We're going to clean it up, soup it up, do some upgrades, things like that. Some free upgrades. That's all stuff I'm going to be walking you through, doing some tweaking and stuff on the truck just to make it a little more serviceable, easier, prep it for future upgrades down the road. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.